So much like every key has a single note that makes up the scale, all right, each note in the key can actually be played as a chord with its specific quality. Okay, so remember when we talked about, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Okay, this is the major scale, all right, and it represents notes in a key. So if we're on key C, for example, do would be C, re would be D, E, F, G, A, B. All right. If we're on key G, it would be G, D, A. Sorry, what am I writing? I'm not feeling myself today, but okay. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Okay, this would be a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti on key G, right? Or your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can use the solfa notation to denote the major scale, or just saying the position number or the interval number. All right. So these notes make up a scale. But if you want to make your sound fuller, like you're accompanying someone when singing, you don't just want to play notes, you probably want to play chords. Okay, but the formation of chords depends on the position of that note in the major scale. All right, so for your do or your first position, that chord has to be a major chord, right? For your second position, that chord has to be a minor chord. For your third position, minor. Okay, fourth, major. Fifth, major. Sixth, minor. And your seventh position is a diminished chord. So that's why you need to understand how to form this chord. Okay, let's take C for example again. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. All right, so for your if you want to play do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do in terms of chords, this would be a C major chord, a D minor, an E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and B diminished. Okay, that's what this formula here tells us. So we have major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and diminished. Okay, let's use G for another example. Okay, our second note here is A in the key of G. So our second chord has to be A minor. All right, our third note is B, so this has to be B minor. All right, our fourth note is C. This has to be major, C major. Our fifth note is D. This has to be D major. And our sixth note is E, E minor. And last note is, or seventh note is F sharp. So this would be an F sharp diminished. Okay, so we asked to do something like this just to get your brain flowing on how these chords are formed. So in a major key, these are all the chords in that key. So if I say, okay, I'm playing on key G, I know that somebody says to play the third, I'm playing a B minor chord. If someone says play the fifth, I'm playing a D major chord. If I'm playing on key C and someone says play the third, I'm playing an E minor chord. And if someone says play the fourth, I'm playing an F major chord. So this is how everything comes together when you're playing music. All right, the key determines what chords you're going to play. All right, so moving on. Speaking of songs and what to play, let's talk about chord progressions. Okay, so chord progressions, they simply refer to the order in which chords are played in a song. All right, so a song or a section of a song can be made up of like 2 chords. You're playing just those 2 chords in that section. It can be made up of 3 chords or 4 chords or whatever. the verse of the song may just have 3 chords, and then the chorus moves to a different progression, like maybe 4 chords. So what does that mean? It just means that you're going over this order of chords every time. Maybe you start from the 1, so you start from the 1, then you play the 4th, and then you play the 5th. Okay, if you're on key of G and someone says, oh, the chord progression is 1 4 5, that's what we are doing. Okay, so the 1 in the G is G major, the 4 is C major, and the 5th is D major. Okay, here in this case, this is the key of A. Okay, this is a guitar chart, and the 1 in this case will be A, the 4th will be a D, so this will be an A major, a D major, and the 5th will be an E major. Okay, so you want to know what chords are required for that key, and that's how understanding chords in a major key works. So let's deconstruct this. Okay, so if we're writing the A major scale, all right, so tone, semitone, all right, tone, tone, semitone. All right, so like we said, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. All right, so the first the root note, okay, it has to be an A major chord. All right, the second is a minor, the third is a minor, the 4th is a major, the 5th is a major, the 6th is a minor, and the 7th is a diminished chord. All right, this is how it always is for a major key. Okay, for a major key. All right, so now we know that these are the chords that make up the A major scale. So if they say play the 1 4 5 progression, you're going to take A major, you're going to take D major, and you're going to play E major. All right, and this is for the key of C. So in this case, we have C is our 1, F is our 4, and G is our 5. All right, so that's how you know what chords you play in a song. If someone calls out the progression for you, if you haven't like tuned your ears to immediately pick up what a progression sounds like. But if you need that kind of training, you can rely on the tonic solfa notation. Okay, so do fa so, that's how it sounds like. Dum da da. Okay, 1 4 5. So that's how the progression sounds. So when you're listening to music and you hear that kind of sound, you should just know, okay, that's a 1 4 5 progression. All right, there are different kinds of progression. I just listed these 4 chord progression types because this is what is common in most worship music. So I'm just gonna go like there's the 1 4 1 5, 1 4 5 1, 4 6 1 5, like different. You could combine anything. This list is not exhaustive, right? You could come up with different progressions and make music. All right, as long as it sounds great. And even if it doesn't sound great, that's music, because anything that doesn't sound great can just be like a jazzy sound. But anyway, I'm just gonna go through playing some of these progressions so that you know and hear what they sound like. All right, so this is going to be the 1 4 1 5 progression. Let me just 4 1 5 do fa do so you're kind of like playing chords, not just notes. As you can see how the chords are being played. So once you're into music for a long time, once you hear this, immediately you should know, okay, that's a 1 4 1 5. But if you don't immediately, that's totally fine. You're still learning, and it's something that will come to you as you keep on practicing. Okay, so now we're going to go to the 6 4 1 5 progression in the key of C. All these are in key of C. Okay, so 6 4 1 5. La fa do so la fa do. So I don't know if this sounds kind of familiar to you, but this is a pretty popular one in worship music, in pop music, in all sorts of music. Alright, so the last one we're going to look at is the 1 5 6 4 progression. So this is do so la fa do so la fa. So if you know your tonic solfa notation, how everything sounds, you should be able to pick it up faster. If you are able to sing this correctly using the right pitch, you should be able to know what progressions are in a song. Okay, so this is the end of this lesson, and you just have a couple of assignment stuff to do as always. So just write out the notes that make up the following chords. Alright, so for E minor, what notes are in an E minor chord, or what notes are in a B diminished chord. This is just a small list, but it's just to get you practice on knowing what notes are. And you could draw the shape. So if you're playing a guitar, if you're learning the guitar in this course, draw the guitar strings and kind of identify where the notes are on the guitar. If you're playing the keyboard, you want to kind of highlight what notes you play, just to give you a visual understanding of where you're to put your fingers. Okay, then for this next question, you're going to figure out what key this is in. So I haven't given you any other information other than this. The 7th is a D sharp diminished. So look at your keys. What key has a D sharp diminished in the 7th position? And then you can come up with a key and come up with the 1, the 2, the 3. And remember that. You remember what we talked about. Here's a major, here's a minor, minor, major, major, minor, and the 7th is always a diminished chord. Okay, same thing. I've given you only the E minor in the 2nd position. So what key has an E minor in the 2nd position? Here, what key has an F major in the 2nd position? Then once you've done that, you want to practice and record yourself playing these progressions. These are just pretty simple ones, and if you want something more, you should check out this page and just practice playing all of these progressions and try to see if you can hear the sound. If you can hear something familiar, if you can think of a song that matches any of these progressions, just to train your ears a bit on how progressions sound like in reality and in songs. Okay, so that's it for this beginner workshop series, and I'll catch you next time, maybe. See you in practice, and stay blessed. Okay, bye.